Good morning, everyone. It's Beth Kozik from Elegant Greetings. It's Saturday morning and time for our catalog Copycat cards. I hope everybody is having a great morning so far. It's going to be a really nice weekend here again in Michigan, and I'm really glad that you're here with me. So let's take a moment and review the project that I made last Saturday. And it was this darling little white card made from the Little Lace die set and coordinating stamp set. So this was a really fun project to make. I think it's one of my absolute favorite bundles in the catalog. And we made this little card, just super, super cute. So I want to thank everybody for your comments on Facebook and also on YouTube. We had lots of people watch. I can see the number and very few comments. So please be sure to leave a comment if you would like a chance at winning the project that I make. Okay, so that's the only way I can see your name is if you leave a comment. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick the name of our winner from last week. All right, and our winner is, again, it's Barb. Barb won last week as well. So Barb, I will put this in the mail to you very soon. Thanks for watching. Today I have a really special project. I think I say that every single weekend, but this truly is one of my favorites from our January to June mini catalog. And this stamp set and die set is called Delicate Petals. It is a builder's style set, so that means there's lots of pieces and they can be used in many different ways to create lots of different things. And of course there is a coordinating die set called Lacy Petals Dies, and this entire bundle is just $44. Let me show you what it looks like. So here is our stamp set, and it is photopolymer, which is wonderful. We can see right through the stamp as well as the block while we're using it, so it makes it really easy for alignment. And then the die set, let's see how many are in here, 27 dies. So you can see this is just, I feel, one of the most outstanding die sets we have. And it comes with all these pieces. So there are some flowers. There is this big delicate, or a die that cuts out the flowers, which are right here. So those two go together. And then there are all these different leaf style dies. So there's an outline as well as an interior part. So this interior die is going to make the impressions while the outside die does the cutting. So this is what these two dies here put together onto our embossing machine will create this. Isn't that pretty? So it does all the outer cutting, but it does the embossing and the cutouts within the center with this little die. Isn't that awesome? I just think it's really amazing. So, and then here's the flower, this one here. So it's very dainty, but it cuts right through on the first try, which is awesome. So yeah, this is just a really beautiful bundle. And again, just $44 for the stamp set and the dies together. So let's go ahead and create a card. Excuse me. So we are going to make this card right here. We are on page 57, and let's review all of the parts and pieces that we're going to need for this card. So first of all, our inks are Blushing Bride and Shaded Spruce, deep green color, Bumblebee, which is one of our in colors, Flirty Flamingo. So those are our four colors. And then for our card base itself, we're going to use Bumblebee. So this is 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then we need a piece of our basic white, and this is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. We need a scrap of our garden green. So I think this is about, let's see, about 5/8 by 4 1/4. So that's going to be for our sentiment. And then we need a little bit of bling, so I'm picking the metallic pearls. I thought the gold would look really nice with the gold paper. And then we need some ribbon. The ribbon that I think they used in the catalog is this one here, which is our fine art ribbon. This is part of our art gallery suite in the January-June mini catalog. So it's kind of a, well, I guess it's like a burlappy style ribbon, but it has the gold flecks through it, so it's kind of dressy. And then we need dimensionals. We always need those. And our Take Your Pick tool to apply our bling. And then stamp and seal adhesive. And then I have all of my blocks, my stamps mounted on the blocks that we're going to use. Alrighty, so let's get started. We are going to need a piece of scrap paper. So let me bring that in here. And then we are going to stamp on our basic white piece of cardstock. So let's begin with the largest flower, which is kind of going to go in this corner. I have the scrap paper under so that when I stamp over off of the edge, it goes onto my scrap paper. We're going to use the Flirty Flamingo to begin with. And we need this large petal. So we're going to make 8 of those around a circle. So here is our circle. That's the middle of the flower. And we're going to create the flower by just these 2 stamps. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and begin. I'm just going to ink up the center of the flower, which will go approximately right there. And just bring in my chamois to clean my stamps as I go. By the way, this is just half of a chamois, so this is a nice way to kind of conserve. This is a 5x7 piece of chamois, which we sell for cleaning our stamps. And I just cut it in half to kind of conserve, so when it gets all grungy on both sides and time for a new one, I'm only using basically just half of my chamois. And then I keep that in one of our stamp cases, so it allows it to not dry out as fast, and it keeps the moisture from not getting onto my work surface. So that's just a little tip to keep it in one of our stamp cases. All right, so our center is done, and I'll put that aside because I'm going to need that again in another minute. And then we're just going to stamp and make the petals of this flower. So it looks like there are 8 petals. And so I'm going to start, see the center point of our circle and the corner or the very end point on the petal itself. I'm going to line that up to be straight up, and the point of it is going to be in the center of my circle. So all of my petals are going to radiate out from that circle. So to make this a little easier, I'll flip over my paper and then make another one here. So you can see how I'm stamping off of the side of my paper, but that's why I have the scrap underneath. And then I need to put in 3 more petals this way and that way. So I'm going to just line this up, kind of eyeball it, make sure that center point hits the middle of the circle. So there's 1 and 2 and 3. All right, that looks good. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. So there's 1. Do my best to keep it so it's not quite cockeyed, basically is what I'm saying. So my flower is pretty symmetrical. So that looks pretty good. That's our one flower, and then we're going to do the same thing with the smaller petal and also using that same center. And then this time we're going to use the Blushing Bride ink. So we're going to make this one in a little paler shade of pink. All right, and so we'll start over on this side, and it looks like they have the other flower is approximately here. So I'm going to make that center, and then I'm going to take the smaller petal and do the same process. So we'll start by putting that point that will go right into the middle of the flower. going to turn it over and put one on the other side. And then fill in. So we need 3. So there's 2 and 3. And then this side, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that looks pretty good. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? There's never anything that is 100% perfect within stamping. Close enough is good enough. All right, next we're going to take our Bumblebee ink and we're going to add a little bit of embellishment. There are these 2 little flowery kind of stamps. There's a little one and one that's a little bit bigger. So we're going to use those and add some color around the edges. So I'm using the large one, and we're going to put a little bit of that color like that. Oh, that looks cute. Very nice. And then one here. And I guess we could go all the way around. Why not, right? It adds just a little pop of color there, which I think is really nice. Kind of accentuates the flower. And let's put one more up here at the top. And then we're going to do the same thing with the Bumblebee ink around the smaller flower. So I'm using the smaller grouping of flowers. There we go. Cute. And then we need one more on this side and one here. There, that looks cute. All right, and then I think we're done with our stamping on that, so we just need to now stamp our sentiment. So let's get that here. And I'm using the shaded spruce, which is a really deep shade of green. And this saying says, "I'm so happy you're my friend," which is a very lovely sentiment. And that's going to go right here on this scrap of garden green paper. There we go. And I just kind of estimated the length of my stamp. I measured. And so that was approximately about 3 1/4 inches. And then I added about a 1/2 inch or so on either side. So that's how I figured out how long to make that piece of paper. And I think we are ready to assemble already. Wow, this was a very quick card. So let me get my base in here, and then we are going to put our dimensionals are going to go under our layer. So we'll put those in the corners and in the center. And that will go right here in the middle. Nice and easy. And then our piece of ribbon, we need to have that be just a little bit longer than our piece of green. So that looks good there. And then we're going to put our adhesive onto our card front so that our ribbon will stick. And I'm going to use my Stamp and Seal Plus, which is very strong. So I know that the ribbon will stay put. And I think just a couple of little lines here will do it just right. There we go. And that gets laid right across like that. And then our sentiment, I think we just use regular adhesive. That has not popped up at all. So I'll put some of the seal on there as well. And then that gets mounted like that. Oh, that's coming together so nicely. Very pretty. You should see it in person. It's so much better than in the catalog. And then we have to add a few of our metallic pearls. So these gold ones I thought would look really nice. So let's add a couple of those around the card. And I'm using my Take Your Pick tool, which has this putty end on it, so I'm able to pick up these metallic pearls and place them right onto my card. Maybe one more. How about right there? There we go. All right, I think that looks good. Don't like to put too much bling on my cards. And then I think we are finished. Wow, that was really quick. So we're going to fold the card in half. Use the bone folder to get that edge nice and crisp. And there is our card. Very, very cute. Again, it looks so much better in person than it does in the catalog. So here is our catalog card, and here's my card. That is a cute one. So again, this is the Delicate Petals stamp set and the coordinating die set. And let me show you some other cards. I'm having my card classes this weekend, and this is one of the featured stamp sets. So I'm just going to share with you real quickly the cards that we're making during class. So again, this uses that petal and the center and then the embellishments around the edge. And we did some sponging on this card, so we used the roller sponge and did kind of an ombre look. So that's one card. Here's our other card, and this opens, it has kind of a fancy fold opening, and it opens to show the inside, which has another beautiful sentiment. And I put a little dot there because when the card opens, it's going to, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's going to stand up, and that little dot there is going to hold the card in place opened. So kind of a fun fold there. And you can see all of those dies when they're stacked together, just how pretty they really are. Here's another one, and this is an easy way to make a shaker card. So it's made with one of our clear envelopes, and we just cut it down, filled it with some confetti, added a little bling to it. Isn't that cute? And again, there's those die cutouts. And then this I think is my favorite one. This turned out so pretty. I used all different vibrant colors to make these very spring-like, but these are just the cutouts that are done with the dies and colored with blends. And then this stamp here is, let me show you that one. That's this stamp right here. So what I did is I found the center part of my paper, and then I just stamped around in a circle to make that pattern. Isn't that cool? And then a beautiful sentiment there on that one as well. Okay, so I think we are finished. So again, Delicate Petals was our feature today. And where did my card go? It's buried here. And there is our project. Okay, so ladies, have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. And if I can help you with anything from Stampin' Up! By ordering, please let me know. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.